as a load down there on the block, and I think they're 13-2 right now, and obviously play very well in their own building. And then you got to shift gears. You go down and play San Diego, who's coached by Billy Gruer, the former assistant coach up here, who is always a tough out, and kind of two different styles. St. Mary's will run up and down and play fast, and then a day later you're down at San Diego, who would prefer to keep the game in the low 50s or high 40s and play possession by possession, try to frustrate you with slowing the game down. So two distinctive styles, two good defensive teams, and obviously two venues that'll be packed when the Zags roll into town.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mark Few Show. Have a great week, and we'll see you right back here next week.
The following is a production of FSN, where Northwest fans come first.
Well, hi, everybody. Good to see you again. Welcome to the Mark Few Show. I'm Greg Heister, along with the coach. And Coach, another week has gone by. Let's get some general thoughts now. Pepperdine, Loyola Marymount this week.
Well, two hard-fought games.
Yeah.
I think, again, when you're in the position that our guys have put themselves in, 16-3 or ranked 10th in the country and up at the top of the league, undefeated, you're gonna get great efforts from the opponent. They're gonna come in here with nothing to lose and kind of just throw it all out there and see what happens. And in both games, I think we started out kind of strong, but then we allowed the opponent to get a little bit of confidence and to get rolling, and mostly due to lack of defensive concentration. And these are good players. These are players, both Loyola and Pepperdine now are a year older with really high-level talent in a couple positions, NBA caliber talent, I think, when you see a kid like Keon Bell or a Vernon Teal. And, they get on a roll, and kids that have a lot of freedom like that, they get 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 dribbles in a possession, they can make plays. And we just have to do a better job of understanding that we got to guard those guys as a team, and then really, really compete on the glass, because we did not do a great job tonight against Loyola on the glass in the first half.
I may be way off on this, but it seems to me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, Gonzaga used to win games out of intimidation, that you guys would win games almost before the ball was tipped up. It doesn't seem to happen anymore. These two teams came in here this week, played really free and really confidently.
Again, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Able to kind of play loose with how they attacked us. Guards that had the ultimate freedom. If they wanted to shoot threes, they could, or drive, use multiple dribbles. Sometimes those teams are harder to guard than ones that just run sets. But again, I think we early on in those games we did have them right where we wanted to, and then you give teams easy baskets, lay-ins, wide open threes, a couple dunks against Pepperdine. That gets them going, and then they're like, hey, this isn't so tough. And we allowed both teams to do that. And then what you see is, there's great talent all across the country in Division I, and not you, but the media has a tendency to just think, you just show up and you win games, and that's just not happening right now. Okay, anywhere.
Yeah.
There's so much parity. And there's so many good players out there because everybody's playing, basketball year-round now. All these, we only have 13 scholarships, so everybody's getting good players. And these are good teams. And don't forget now, Loyola went on the road and beat Notre Dame, okay, on the road. Notre Dame's having a heck of a year. They're in the Big East. Obviously with Big East officials in that game, they were able to overcome all that. So now they get here. These are West Coast Conference officials, and they're used to it. And they came in here and played a heck of a game. And to be honest with you, I kind of expected both of these games to go like that.
You did.
I don't get duped into the
You don't.
what people think. You just have to watch a lot of film like our staff does. And I also understand, even though we are ranked 10th, which is great. I think these guys have worked really hard and had some real success to deserve things like that. That means nothing, okay? And And I understand this team after watching them a lot. We're still along. This is still that young, really, really young, inexperienced group that everybody thought was vulnerable at winning the league this year, and wasn't ranked in the preseason because we lost so much. So we're still moving forward, trying to get better each week. And I think if we continue to do that, then that's the whole key to our year.
It's the Mark Few Show. We'll take a break. When we come back. The Coeur d'Alene Casino Fan Question of the Week. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Mark Few Show. Time now for our Coeur d'Alene Casino Fan Question of the Week. And Coach, this is from Dennis Jorgensen from Santa Ynez, California. And he writes, you and your staff often talk about the culture of your program and the important part it plays in the recruiting process. In the limited time that Greg will allow you, which I'm not sure what Dennis means by that.
Dennis!
How would you describe the Zag culture?
Obviously, you're an astute follower of this show because you know how limited I am because Greg talks so much. Yeah, I mean, that's handed down. That's handed down. I really count on our seniors and our upperclassmen to pass that on to the people that are either coming into the program or that are coming in behind them. I think back over the years to how Casey Calvary kind of established, tough post play, tough rebounding, things in the paint. He was really hard on Corey Violette the first couple years, but then as Casey was leaving, he passed the baton to him and said, hey, you need to keep this thing going. You're ready for it, and you know what that entails. Now, that was then passed on to Ronny Turioff, which then passed it to JP and so on and so forth. Same with the point guard lineage. There's a lot of pride, and that's what I love about how involved our former players are. Every program in America says family, family, family.
Yeah.
I mean, this is legitimate stuff here. I mean, these guys, our former players, care about the ones that follow them. They care about the ones that are 3 or 4 generations after them and are always here to support them and help them, and that's what makes this program so special. Thanks for allowing me the time to explain that.
I'm really like the moderator here. Thanks, Dennis. Keep those questions coming. Now we turn the tables towards the German national team, and we sit down and talk with Dirk Bauerman, the head coach of that German national team. And here's what he had to say about Elias Harris and others playing in Germany.
Elias is part of a young generation of players that have a lot of promise. We're really proud of the fact that he's doing so well and that people here in this community love him so much. What we're even more proud of is that they're all good people. Dirk obviously is a wonderful human being, a great role model for young players, kids in general. And Elias is a great person. I think that's even more important than the basketball part of it. He has always played extremely well for our junior national teams. Last summer was his first summer with the national team. And I was really impressed with the fact that he was able to make the transition from always having played the 4 position to playing the 3 position, which in international basketball he has to do because there are so many big bodies. Being as successful as he is and being such an important part of a great program is just a wonderful thing. He's a great athlete, obviously, but a lot of players have tremendous athletic ability. But he also understands the game. He's a team guy. I don't think he really cares about stats. He just wants his teams to win. He gets great coaching here, and he can learn so much here. So it's the perfect place for him. Yeah, it's always important to talk to our NBA guys and make sure that they stay connected to our young players like Elias. For example, and I'm sure